Hello and welcome to the Sound Live. Today I have a special show planned for you with some Deftones, some Nightwish, some Dimash, and more. Stick around to enjoy the show, and in the meantime, have some waiting room music by Mellify, my band. You can find me at mellify.bandcamp.com and on YouTube, #Mellify. Here we go.
the time is the now is 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 the time is the
welcome to The Sound Live. My name is Matthew, and I am your host. Man, I am super incredibly excited for the show that we have coming up today. And before I introduce all of my extra special awesome guests that you all know and love, remember, we pause for nobody. We are not like the other reaction channels where we're going to stop and chatter and ruin your favorite songs. Not that that's bad. It's actually kind of cool. Sometimes they might say some cool things they might have forgotten. However, we're going to play the whole song, and then we're going to give our 2 cents at the end. And remember that, in good Mel Brooks tradition, we pause for nobody. Moving on to introductions. Eve, you chuckled, so you get the first introduction. Evelyn Holland is a singer, songwriter, and she is the leader of the band Keys of Solomon. Give us a quick update.
Well, I found out I might have a possibility of going to Europe depending on how things work out with one of my friends' bands, because the bass player is having trouble getting a passport, so I might be subbing for him. I don't know yet, but
wow, that's cool.
It's a doom metal band called Purification. But I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen with it yet. But yeah, it'd be cool if it happened. Anyways,
excellent.
What was it?
Well, moving on, we have Jennifer Valaket. Jennifer is a saxophone player, a flute player, and a fellow music teacher like me. What's new in your world, Jennifer?
Hi. Well, thanks for having me. I'm doing actually some piano pieces. I'm doing a fun Halloween song that will be really awesome if I could get it. I'm practicing it. And I did Detroit Become Human because I wasn't able to play saxophone for a little bit, so I did some piano. Mm-hmm. And that's about it. Basically just uploading songs for YouTube and having fun and sharing music. So
excellent. Good to have you. And Kyle Walz is with us. Kyle's a singer, songwriter, and he is the musician at kylewalz.com, where you want to go to get his music. What are you up to, Kyle?
A lot of live music. Have 8 gigs in October, 4 solo, 4 with a band I'm sitting in, and
cool.
Yeah, it's I'm waiting for a time to sleep in this month. I think it's gonna be until November.
Oh no.
Right on. Very cool. Well, this is exciting. I love having you all here. Mondays, it seems like, have kind of coalesced, and we have a really kind of solid crew here. And I want you all to know that I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the ways that we're similar, and I also appreciate the ways that we're different. I appreciate the show because, you know, if I'm going to watch the show and there's going to be discussion, I want there to be real discussion. And I want people to say what they really think and feel. I don't want them holding back because they might offend a few snowflake fans. I love the fans. But we're not trying to melt anybody, okay? And so I'm doing it here. I'm allowing the crowd to have its voice, and we're going to do some Dimash, regardless of you know, past experiences here, and we're gonna give it another go. So you know, because you know, hey, if the show's hot and it melts a few snowflakes, well, hey, at least the show is hot. Right? Okay.
So hey, I'd like to say something about that.
Go right ahead.
I played Dimash to my girlfriend, and she was like, eh. She had that kind of reaction to it.
Oh.
I mean, and she's into pop music.
Oh, no.
So I was like,
well,
wow.
It's opera. So you have to kind of at least have a foot in the opera classical sort of vein in your interest in order to really, really, really get super crazy into it. And you know, I do. I love especially rock opera. But I mean, like I got to see an opera once at the Met in New York. I got to see Carmen, and like I thought it was awesome. And then I realized it was only intermission, and we had to sit another 2 hours.
Well, there's
I was 20, okay?
Oh my God.
I was 20. I wanted to get back to the hotel room party that we were going to have. I'm going to be honest.
There's a wonderful video of. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say there's a wonderful video I might share with you guys for next week. Dimash and Andrea Bocelli.
Thank you for subscribing. Sorry, Jen.
Hi. Oh, you're fine. Andrea Bocelli was like teaching him some stuff, and it's a really cool video. I want to watch it a little to make sure there's actual music in it though, but I think you guys would really appreciate the training he was getting. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
All right. So, I mean, I don't see any reason to do Dimash first. Just keep the suspense going a little bit, I think would be a good idea. Do we have a volunteer to go first, or should I pick?
I'll do it.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say either. I gotta hold on. My
this is cool. I want to preface Eve's introduction here. My brother-in-law Spencer is a ginormous Deftones fan, and he's just been trying to get me to do the Deftones. And at one point, we did a video where we sat down and videotaped us like eating food and listening to the new Deftones album with some beers. This was like last year or maybe 18 months ago or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was
You're talking
cool.
about Ohms?
Yeah. That was their new album at the time. And we listened to it and just like, it was cool. And then, I made a video out of it. So that was really neat. I enjoyed it. And, so, I'm excited for this because I asked Spencer when I got your pick, like my phone rang and he was right there. And I was like, ooh, Spencer, Deftones on Monday to react. And he's like, ooh, which one? And I told him, he's like, yeah, that's classic. So, Eve, introduce us.
Yeah, this is actually from I would say it's definitely their masterpiece, White Pony. It's as far as like late 90s, early 2000s alt metal, new metal. This is like one of the pinnacles, I would argue, along with like Korn's Issues and I'm blanking, but anyways, yeah, classic album front to back. This was one of the only ones with a music video, I believe. I think Change in the House of the Flies has a music video too, but I couldn't find one for Knife Party. I was gonna do Knife Party, but I decided to do this because the video's cool.
Okay, we're all good. I mean, it's your pick, and so whatever you want to do is what you want to do. All right. Anybody else want to say before I go ahead and mash the play button on this?
I'm just excited that I'm feeling good enough that I might actually be able to sit the whole time today. So we'll see.
Oh, that's great, Jen.
Finally.
That's great. I mean, you look a little fidgety, but it was less than last week, and that's definitely an improvement.
It's getting better.
We're real people here,
Yes.
and I mean, like there's some element of performance to it, but I mean, there's also an element of realism to it as well, and I'm just really excited to listen to some Deftones. And
Me
so,
too.
without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Deftones Digital Bath official music video Warner Vault. Here we go. That was awesome. Incredible. I feel like my ears were washed. They feel clean. No, in seriousness, the vocals are just incredible. I love the whisper, the single track. It was so like intimate. It was just you and a teensy hint of keyboards and the teensy hint of drums and then a teensy hint of guitar doing that on the G sharp minor, opening up that open E, and then when it would come in, it was so cool every time. But like every time it would kick in, it was bigger and better. And I love the chorus vocals, how they were double tracked so perfectly. I mean, there's nothing else that can make that beautiful sound like that. No digital effect can do that. He sang it twice or more, and they mixed it together to get that natural chorusing effect. And he did it so well that, the only way you can tell that that's how they did it is because you do it. You know what I mean? And you studied it. The producers have been doing that since the Beatles or maybe even before. Everybody's done it. Pink Floyd's done it. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One vocal left, one vocal right. It's perfect. If you can do that and make it sound in tune and in time, or at least intentionally staggered, then man, you've got it. And he had it. It was the name Chino's coming to mind. Is that the vocalist's name?
Chino Moreno, yeah.
Okay, all right. I got something right. All right. Incredible.
Yeah.
I really loved the song form of it. It felt like sort of like a verse chorus, kind of, but like it was also sort of feeling sort of through composed in a way. It was weird. I
Yeah.
liked it. It's not a cookie cutter song. And I like that. It was cool. And I mean, I'm sure I could come up and say more things, but I want to share before you guys all forget what you had to say. Jennifer, you go next.
Yeah, I loved it. I was like jamming the whole time, and I just thought the vocals were great. I thought the sound quality was great. How they just, like you said, how they put everything together, where there wasn't too much of anything really. It seemed like. But I was really into it. It was really cool, and just going back and forth with the chord changes and stuff. It was almost like perfection. I thought. I mean,
It was for metal. It was very minimalistic.
it was really good. Yeah, it was really. I like that one a lot, and I'm not usually a metal fan, but I like that one a lot. That was really
It
cool.
was their art rock record.
Oh. Well, I mean, I liked it though. There you go.
Well, I mean, you can kind of tell like some of the things that I like. It's really not that hard because we got these guys here, and we got these guys here, and then we got these guys here.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Kyle?
I really like Deftones. I remember when I was in college and walking to class because I was poor and couldn't afford the parking pass. I had to walk for blocks, and there was always this one scooter with a Deftones sticker on the back. And this was like '93, so like right as their debut is coming out. And I always wanted to hear them because, Maximum Rock and Roll and other, kind of zine type stuff like that. Always hearing about Deftones and stuff. And what's cool about them is they seem to sit in that cool middle ground between grunge, and this one is a little bit more shoegazy that Eve kind of mentioned, and new metal. Like where Korn was going. You could kind of see like, hey, Korn and Deftones had like some parallelism, but some of the kind of djenty aspects that became more prevalent like years after Deftones. Bands like Helmet. I could imagine like if Radiohead was more metal, they'd be a lot like Deftones. And those aspects, someone is sitting outside the bounds of just one genre. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, incredible. And to do like anything with metal in it in a minimalistic way is, I'm not trying to say it's like difficult, right? But like,
Yeah.
most beginners when it comes to making a metal band, I mean, what do they want to do? I mean, they just want to be super loud and super fast. And then to be able to be so musically artistic that you could paint with sound that way, like the little textures. I don't know if it was a DJ or was a keyboard, but I mean they were so light, right? Whatever, all the little textures, they were so light, and it was just so nice. And the dynamics were really good. I like how that was mastered because the soft parts felt soft, and I mean that's what they're supposed to because of the soft parts, And then especially at the end, that last transition into the last chorus, man, I just knew it was coming. I felt it, and you can see that's probably one of the best moments for me in my reaction because I was like, yeah. And then I'm like, whoa.
I just love when a band has wonderful dynamics. It just makes or breaks it,
Well, and this is during the Volume Wars era, is it not?
Yeah.
Right.
And they didn't overmaster it.
That's because Terry Date produced it, and I'm sure you've heard that name before. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that's crucial.
Yeah. He's most I think he actually did their first 4 albums up until like 2003's I think it was self-titled. Yeah. Until the self-titled record. And then they got a new producer.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, any final further comments about the Deftones before we move on?
I loved it.
Cool. Excellent. I also really loved it. So, at first I was thinking about having Jennifer go next, and we have to, of course, switch around the room. But, I'm wearing this sweatshirt, and, like, in the lights, it's getting hot. So we're going to do Nightwish next.
Okay.
we're gonna do Nightwish next because I'm gonna need to take off this sweatshirt. So everybody, don't go anywhere. Nightwish is coming up next. Mash the like, subscribe button, and I'm flipping the room. And we're still here. I'm still here. I'm just changing the Zoom room. I'm just changing the Zoom room. Changing the Zoom room. Changing the Zoom room. Changing the Zoom room. I am changing the Zoom room. Yeah. So I'm excited about this next one. I have become recently a huge Nightwish fan, and this is because of YouTube and you guys suggesting this. Really, when I started the sound, the first video that we put out was John Petrucci with his solo album. It was me and Jennifer. That was the very first episode of The Sound, my very first reaction that anybody saw. And it was cool because a lot of people in the comments were right away suggesting Nightwish. And you don't know who Nightwish is? You gotta check out Nightwish, right? So, of course, I did, and I've become a huge fan. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent so many euros on this expensive hoodie. But I do love it. It's extremely high quality garment. I will say it is extremely high quality. And it only took my cat one altercation with one of the strings to really mess it up really good. So. And we're just waiting for Jennifer for me to introduce this one. But this is one. Where I reacted to it with my wife, and it was a good video. That was one of the few videos that she actually came on to the channel and participated. So that was a lot of fun. And the video was pretty popular. So hopefully Jennifer will be back here soon so that I can formally introduce this.
She's saying in chat she's having trouble getting back in.
Uh-huh.
I told her to try the pass. I was going to put in, every once in a while I have to manually enter the code.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I've been doing things the same way, just copy and paste from the beginning.
It Zoom on our end gets goofy sometimes. It's not you,
Right
it's Zoom.
Right on.
Yeah, you're talking about your cat. My cat loves the foam on my guitar stands, and I had to coat it with every once in a while with like lemon juice, so he'll leave it alone. He's just obsessed with that foam.
Is that an actual preventative method?
Yeah, cats apparently don't like lemon juice. Yeah,
I'll have to try that with Moon when she.
Yeah, it works. Because I'll do it, and my cat looks at me like, "Dude, what are you doing? You betrayed me."
Oh my god! I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. Like my other browser wasn't letting Zoom on.
You're fine. Hey, I was having problems with Facebook earlier, and you saved me. I couldn't think straight enough to think I could just put the links in an email. And in fact, I dislike. This is a side note. Everybody watching, I'm sorry. You just have to live through this tangent. I so dislike Facebook on a personal level and on a professional level because I really don't feel like their services are worth the money that they charge. But anyway, I'm just not going to do Facebook